and welcome to North Sea Soundcheck episode 2 with hosts myself, Beth Pillin, Kath Dunmines from Yorkshire Coast Gigs and Christina Jones from Beckview Studios. So North Sea Soundcheck is a brand new podcast. This is the second episode we're doing, and we had a great response from the first. So this is a new music podcast for the Yorkshire Coast. It's a collaboration between Yorkshire Coast Gigs, who are a community interest company supporting grassroots and live music scene through news, reviews and interviews at yorkshirecoastgigs.co.uk, and Beckview Studios, a versatile residential recording and music production studio near Scarborough that hosts live recordings and broadcasts, and also works closely with the community to support the regional and independent music scene. So North Sea Soundcheck is hosted exclusively on the Beckview Studios YouTube channel. So if you're enjoying it so far, I know we've only just got started, but it's brilliant. So give us a like, give us a follow, hit that notification button so you can see all of the great stuff that happens here at the studio. You can also listen to this show as an audio podcast on MixCloud. Just search North Sea Soundcheck and we'll be right there. So Kath, how did you find the first episode?
Well, I was really, really nervous, but it went so much better than I could have expected. And we're back here for another one, so it can't have been too bad.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Beckview Studios gave Yorkshire Coast Gigs the keys to the studio and said, have a party, invite some great guests, chat, play some music. Our team will be there too and we'll record it. And the guests were so brilliant, weren't they?
I feel great.
We had so much fun. We had such lovely reactions to the show once it went out, and we'll be giving some updates later on some of those guests and the things that we've talked about, the projects in the first episode as well. Yeah. So, yeah, really happy.
Yeah. How did you find the first episode, Christina?
I've got my notes. I loved it. To be honest,
great.
it was really, really good. Everything went really well, and we went outside into the back straight away afterwards, and we just started planning the next one.
Yeah.
This one. We were just like, yeah, it was really good.
So we are back for episode 2, but before that we would like to thank our sponsors.
We would. Proper Yorkshire Beer, Your 360 Virtual Tours, Charlotte Middleton, The Curious Creative, and the Crescent Lounge, who have given us some rather wonderful food tonight. Thank you very much. We couldn't do this without all their support, could we? And I would also throw out that we welcome anyone who might like to sponsor the podcast to get in touch and chat with us about that. Come and collab with us. If you want to support the local music scene along the Yorkshire Coast and around our region, come and chat.
So we are back for episode 2. Just a few things before we start. I would like to say that this is a live event. Anything could happen. It is also filmed about a week before it goes out. So any events we discuss, just make sure you check on like the Instagrams, the websites, make sure that everything's still going ahead. So even more importantly, just make sure when we mention events, you do check with the websites on the Instagrams, make sure that they are still going the way that we plan they are. So without further ado, let's get started.
North Sea Soundcheck with Yorkshire Coast Gigs and Beckview Studios.
Welcome to the June episode of North Sea Soundcheck, the music show for the Yorkshire Coast. Tonight's guests are Sound of Scarborough's Paul Nash, folk duo The Blowins, wordsmith Abbie Ingham, and Bridlington band January Jam.
We have lots of news of what's been happening around the area, so let's round up the past month or so.
News from the scene.
So, Beth, where have you been and who have you seen?
I went to Filey Folk Festival, which was incredible. I played at Bonham's Bar, which it's always great. If you've ever gone to Filey Folk Festival, make sure you go to Bonham's Bar. I saw Tony Beacock there. I played a little set myself. It was just absolutely incredible. The vibes are always amazing there. There's been some gigs at the Ship Inn in Sewerby, which I've been going to on Sundays. So make sure you go there on Sundays and catch all of the lovely local acoustic music. What about you, Kath?
I have been to Brid on the Map, number 2. If you remember Alex from our first show, that was one of his events. This one that I went to was an EP launch for Bridlington's Edge of 13. Also had a young Scarborough band called the Limeys making their debut, and support from January Jam, who we are welcoming onto the show later. You'll also know that I went to see Graham Watson and Under the Influence at Bacchus because you were there too.
Brilliant.
It was brilliant, a little bit surreal and anarchic. I interviewed both bands before the show, and let's just say, it got a bit weird, but it was good. It's good. That interview will come out soon. Scarborough Spa also had a great event under the banner of Interzone with Peter Hook and the Light headlining, supported by The Wedding Present, The Farm and Spear of Destiny. We have a little video from that gig for you right now, taken by Yorkshire Coast Gigs' own David Ruston.
So loads of local artists have also dropped music in the last month. If we miss anyone, we do apologise, but just pop us a message and we'll pop you on the next one. So Pleasure Centre have just released their self-titled EP. Go check that out, it's incredible. Edge of 13 have released Donkey Bridge Disco EP. Fletcher Fathoms remixed a track for Boy George, Mind Your Own Existence. And Deep Sea Daggers have just released a new single called Feed Me a Lie. It's also been a bit of a theme for gigs on boats. So Skinny Lister played on board the Yorkshire Belle to launch their album Songs from the Yonder, which features a track by the name Yorkshire Belle. Saltburn Smugglers also released their single Santiana, as well as playing an evening aboard the Teesside Princess.
And to add to those, Pickering's This House We Built have also just released their new track in video, Addiction. And punk band Bear Away have a new single called, and I love this title, He Died As He Lived, Badly.
Oh.
Now, Raven played their 20th anniversary concert at the Stephen Jersey Theatre this month, and they'll also be playing at Big Ideas by the Sea in the next few days, so by the time the show's on air, that will have happened. I was at the 20th anniversary gig and it was absolutely wonderful. There will be a review coming on to Yorkshire Coast Gigs of that soon, but it was a really beautiful event, and I would just say that if you can go and see Raven, who now have an extensive catalogue of songs after 20 years and new ones that they played at that show, please do go along and see them if you can. Poet Charlotte Oliver, who was also a guest on our first show, is involved in a number of events at Big Ideas by the Sea. So as I say, that's happening right now. And that kicked off with Scarborough Symphony Orchestra playing their concert as a festival prelude. It so happens that Paul Nash reviewed that for Yorkshire Coast Gigs, so maybe we should have a little chat with him about that and much more in a short while. Yeah.
So I went to Whitby, which was absolutely lovely. It was Whitby Fish and Chips Festival last week. There was lots of music, lots of local stalls. I managed to catch now I can never say this, the Jake Leg Jug Band.
Well done.
Thank you. They were absolutely amazing. It was like the perfect combination of like sophistication and fun. I really wish I took my camera so I could do a little review. I was just stood there itching. But they were absolutely brilliant. So that was on the 17th of May. But first, you may remember we had a guest on here last time called Louise, and she was brilliant. She was so great to talk to.
So funny as well. Yeah.
She was so funny.
Amazing.
She played some sax. It was absolutely amazing. So while she was on here, she mentioned her track that she's releasing for Andy's Man Club. That song is out now, and she did a single launch right here in Scarborough at the Crescent Lounge on the 9th of May. So here is the video for Be Right Here.
Hey, how you doing, man? I haven't seen you in time. I get life doesn't go to plan. We're all healing to get by. Whoa, whoa. I'm gonna have to ask you twice, are you okay? Don't deceive me, man, are you really alright? You don't have to be a stranger, I'll lend a hand to you. Walkman, a problem shared is a problem halved. Whoa, whoa, let's meet on Monday, 7 p.m. at the Old Town Hall. Hey, hey, I'm gonna have to ask you twice, are you okay? You don't have to lie, are you really alright? Are you really alright? You don't have to be a stranger, I'll lend a hand to you, my brother. Whoa, the darkness ain't forever, the sun will shine on you again. I promise, I promise. Whoa, you can open that door, a room of strangers can lend a listening ear. You have nothing to fear. One by one light up like a choir, even if it takes you time to talk. We will be right here. 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 You don't have to be a stranger, I'll lend a hand to you, my brother. Whoa, the darkness ain't forever, the sun will shine on you again. I promise, I promise. Whoa, I promise, I promise. I promise, I promise. Whoa.
Artist Chat.
Wasn't that brilliant? So that was Louise's single, Be Right Here. Beautiful video and a song with a really important message. So I would like to welcome our first guest of the evening. Hello, Paul. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You good?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. So Paul is a founding member of the Dance Society, a music tutor at Scarborough Sixth Form, and one of the team behind Sound of Scarborough, amongst many, many other things.
Yeah, I'm busy.
You're a busy man with many hats.
Yes, yes.
So we will start with Scarborough Symphony Orchestra, as we
Yep.
mentioned that earlier. Could you just tell us a little bit about your involvement with the orchestra and about that concept?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a strange thing, really. I've been going to the symphony orchestra now for quite a number of years, and it's just fantastic to go and listen to a live orchestra play. And a couple of years ago, a couple of years ago or so, they lost their reviewer. So one of the orchestra who knew me and then knew that I taught at the sixth form asked if I would be interested in reviewing the orchestra. So I said, yes, absolutely. I'd be very happy to review the orchestra. So every series of concerts they do for a year, I go and review the show, which is perfect because I'll be there anyway. It's an amazing experience to go and watch them play.
Yeah, they've had a really lovely programme and
They have
everything,
some,
haven't they?
they do have some fantastic programmes. Sean Matthew, the conductor, he picks some unusual and different symphonies and pieces and concertos and things. They always have a really excellent soloist every time they play, and they feature things that you wouldn't normally hear. It's not the normal Beethoven, Mozart type stuff, although they do occasionally play some of that. They pick some more sort of obscure composers, which is really, really interesting. They give a lot of opportunities to women composers and composers of colour as well. They've featured for the last sort of 6 concerts the symphonies of William Grant Still, who's an underknown or under-recognised composer, and it's the first time that they've ever been performed in the UK in its entirety, and it's been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, fantastic. So just circling back to you yourself and your background, how did you actually start out in music?
Well, I started playing guitar at the age of around about 13, and that developed from a hobby into a career, and I've been involved in music in many ways ever since, really.
How old were you when the Dance Society kind of started for you?
Yeah, it's a long, long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. Yeah, called Barnsley. Yeah. So obviously learned to play guitar, being around friends who were musicians, and eventually, like you do at that young age, you form bands and fall out of bands and form bands, and eventually 5 of us formed a band at the time called Dance Crazy, which later became Dance Society. And, being stuck in Barnsley, it wasn't the greatest environment. I mean, for most people, it was a life down the coal mines, digging coal, and that's what was the general sort of career path was for somebody living in that area. So, but we didn't want that, obviously. We wanted to play music. So we got together and we rehearsed like crazy and wrote songs and got as many gigs as we could, as you do. And we were put all our money away from our really awful jobs that we were doing at the time to produce our own independent single, which fortunately got picked up by John Peel. And he played it a few times on his show and then invited us on for a Peel session, which then led to supports with bands like Killing Joke and The Cure. And eventually we got a deal and got signed to a record company and had an attempt at the charts, though we never considered ourselves to be a singles band. We always thought of ourselves as an album band, and we did get a top 20 album, which was good, but we never actually made it onto Top of the Pops. So the record company, said, well, you're not making enough money for us and we'll see you, sort of thing. And then it all sort of went away, and and that was in the 80s, a long time ago, like I said. And then we sort of called it a day, really, and went our separate ways and did our separate things. And then with the advent of Facebook and social media, back in 2010, some kind soul put a group together called the Dance Society Reformation Plot, which gathered an amazing amount of momentum and attention, wanting the band to get back together, which we sort of did, although we couldn't get the bass player and the singer at the time, so it was just myself, keyboard player and the drummer. And we went in the studio and wrote songs and found that the magic was still there. And we loved doing what we were doing. And eventually we managed to contact the singer who was living in LA. And he came over for a very brief period, recorded one song and then disappeared again. So that wasn't great. So then we were very fortunate these things sort of fall into place. I think it's planetary alignment or something.
Yes.
We were contacted by Mathalia, who's now our current singer, who was interested in just doing some backing vocals with the band and working with the band. She'd always been a massive fan and really enjoyed our music. So she came on board and became our singer, and we re-recorded the tracks and put out an album for the first time in a long time, for this time in 25 years, back in 2011, I think it was. An album called Change of Skin, which is our road back to the Dance Society being out there again. And since then we've made 5 albums and done lots of gigs and tours and things, and we're loving being back together and enjoying the music again.
Yeah. And you've got a couple of, is it a festival date coming up?
Yeah, we're playing the Other Worlds Festival in Morecambe with Jean Loves Jezebel headlining that, but we're on as well, which is always a draw. So that's been really good fun. That's on June the 20th.
Fantastic. So by day, By day,
My
you
other hat
are...
on. Yeah. So my day job is I'm the music tutor at Scarborough Sixth Form College.
And what are the highs and lows of being a sixth form tutor?
So, well, the highs are that it's a really fun and interesting job, and I get to teach students, like two of them are over there, are going to play for you later, and there's one in the control room as well, I believe. So I get to meet all these amazing musicians. It's fantastic. I love it, you know, and I've been teaching for 25 years, but I've been teaching music for 18 years now, I think. And through that time, I've mentored and helped and cajoled and kicked a lot of students into, you know, following a path in music. And it's been fantastic to see, you know, where they've gone and what they've done with it. And it's amazing to hear them make some amazing music. You know, it's really, you know, good for the soul. Yeah. Music is good for the soul. You know that, yeah.
It is.
So yeah, so it's been incredible, really. So that's the highs of the job, really. Yeah. You know, it really is. It's fabulous to sort of see all the students go on and do stuff.
So moving on in a way from it being good for the soul, Sound of Scarborough,
Sound
you're
Scarborough.
integral part of Sound of Scarborough, the other hat, yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about our in-between bit of time in the show. So it hasn't happened yet, but by the time the show goes out, you will have done a Sound of Scarborough collaboration, in a sense, with the sixth form. So there's a sixth form showcase happening,
Yes.
even though that will have happened by the time you see this. Would you like to tell us a little bit about those bands and what's happening with that?
Yeah, I would love to. Unfortunately, like I say, it's going to have happened by the time you get to see this. But on Saturday coming, we are doing the annual sixth form showcase at the Market Hall in Scarborough, which features all of the music students, all the performing music students, including the A-level students, who will be doing collaborations and sessions with each other. We do basically 2 45-minute sets of an eclectic mix of pop, rock, jazz. We've even got a bit of classical in there, a bit of everything, over 2 45-minute sets. It's really fantastic. The students have been working hard, getting their songs together and getting their performances together. And it went down amazing last year at the Market Hall. I'm sure it's going to be amazing again this weekend. And then that's followed by the 2 45-minute sets are followed by some short sets by bands that are at the sixth form, if you like. So we've got Black White Square Form, who are sort of jazz-based improvisational band who've been playing at the jazz club and various other places around and about. That's followed by a new all-female band called Socket. We're playing sort of rock stuff. And then we finish off with the Limeys, who you mentioned earlier. Yep. Amazing band. If you haven't seen them, you must go and see the Limeys, which includes Sam Wrigley and Joe Miller and Theo Walcott. Theo Walcott, that's a footballer. Theo Kendall, who are just a set of incredible musicians who are playing sort of post-rock stuff. It's really good.
And before we talk about some of the other upcoming Sound of Scarborough events, do you just want to tell us a little bit about why Sound of Scarborough was set up, the ethos, what
Sure.
what you're hoping to do in the future with it as well?
So Sound of Scarborough was set up in around about 2017 with myself and David Yates, who we were talking and we were talking about the local music community and the fact that there weren't that many opportunities for original music in the town, and there wasn't very much going on, although there was pockets of and some fantastic bands about. There wasn't a lot where we could sort of bring them together, so it was formed really as a sort of an umbrella sort of organisation to try and bring some of the amazing stuff that's going on in Scarborough and the local areas, Bridlington, Whitby, etc., together to do some stuff under the Sound of Scarborough umbrella. And since then, we've been applying for funding and getting funding to do various projects. We've released 3 albums, 2 on vinyl, 1 digital during the COVID era. We've done the Beckview sessions here, which was fantastic. We've got bands in and they played live, and we recorded it and put it out on video and on CD as well. And we've done some musicians' mental health videos and things like that. So it's all about helping musicians in the community. Sound Scarborough is a non-profit. It's run by volunteers. All the money that we make, if we make any money, goes back into events like the upcoming Sound of Summer Festival, and hopefully another album will come out soon, and various other projects that we are hoping to fund to help the music community.
Brilliant. So should we talk a little bit more about the Sound of Summer Festival? That's
Sure.
happening during Scarborough Fair Fringe. It's kind of, you do one every year, but it's under the umbrella, isn't it? And it's
Yeah.
over 2 days at the old parcels office.
Yep. So it's the fourth one we've done, I think, and it's at the old parcels office, as you mentioned. We've got it's Saturday night. It's a noisy night, if we call, and then we have a Sunday afternoon, which is more chilled and laid back. We've had some amazing bands on over the last few years, and we've got some amazing bands on this time. So on the Saturday night, we've got, if I remember rightly, January Jam Band. We've got a band from Hull called Brosnan. We've got Western Ra from Whitby, sort of a really dark goth band with fantastic. And we've got Bear Away on as well, who've just had their new single out. And we've got one other which slipped.
Serial Killer Glasses.
Oh yes, I couldn't mention
They're
Serial Killer.
brilliant.
They are amazing. Serial Killer Glasses, incredible band, and I had the pleasure of listening to their album recently, which has not been released yet, which is going to be amazing. So that's Saturday night. Thank you for the prompt, Beth.
It's a really good mix as well, isn't
It's
it?
a really good mix. Yeah, we always try to make it a really good sort of eclectic, different mix of bands. On the Sunday, we've got we have the Limeys on the Sunday actually, and we've got.
Do you want this?
Emma
That would be
Louise.
lovely.
Emma
Emma
Louise,
Louise,
you
yeah,
saw
Emma
earlier.
Louise is playing, yeah,
yeah.
and Freddie Schmuck from the Fiends, and then Jenny Bray, who's sort of jazzy type stuff, easy listening stuff. It's it's going to be a really nice weekend of music, and it's only £5 on the Saturday night, and it's free on the Sunday. So
Better.
come along. That's also on the June 20th, 21st.
Fantastic, thank you. And although the lineup isn't set yet, we've talked a little bit about you're also putting together some music for Scarborough Extreme, which is across the weekend of 12th to 14th of July. So we will obviously share some information about that when we have it. Will be more bands, extreme bands you'll be having for that one.
Yeah, it's good. That's really exciting. It's the first festival down North Bay since the Scarborough Surf Festival, which used to be on down there, and it's going to be a sort of similar event, but with some martial arts and BMX skateboarding, that sort of thing, and there'll be a lot of stalls, and we've got our stage right in the middle of North Bay on the seafront. So I hope it's not too windy and rainy. It's going to be a bit scary, and we should have bands on throughout the day, so that should be really good fun.
Lovely. Should we look out for that as well? Is there anything else you would like to add, Paul, before we go to a video?
No, I think I've exhausted myself
Covered
now.
so many
Lots
so
of
many
ground
of
there.
your areas.
All the different ones.
Thank you so much for that, Paul.
Well, it's been great. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. So now we're going to play a video from Paul's band, the Dance Society. This is The Loop, followed by more news. Enjoy.
Thank you.
news from the scene.
Wasn't that lovely? That was
So
The
good.
Loop by the Dance Society. Absolutely stunning. Love that. Oh, wow. So, welcome back. We are now here for news from the studio. Ooh, this is the bit where we get lovely Christina in and ask about all of the wonderful things that have been happening here at Beckview Studios. What's been going on?
Oh, well,
So much.
Well, actually, I had a whole thing prepared, but then when Paul was talking, I remembered that we actually have some of the Beckview Sessions CDs
It's beautiful.
on, well, we have some here at the studio. They're on sale, but also they'll be on sale at the various gigs that Paul was talking about. So people should definitely pick some of these up and support the local scene. So yeah, I just wanted to plug that while we were here. But yeah, I am excited to bring you the updates from Beckview Studios. Last month we were talking about in the last episode, and then we hosted our most recent lounge, which for those people who don't know, our lounge series are small, intimate events held here at the studio in the live room. All of the sessions are somewhat stripped back.
Yeah.
Somewhat stripped back and acoustic. All recorded, filmed, mixed live, streamed straight from the studio floor, and incorporates live interviews with yours truly. And yeah, it's just fun, isn't it?
It is.
Such
It's
a fun
such a
night.
lovely event.
One of the people who was there, Kate McDonnell, she was just lovely.
She was so lovely.
And she travelled from America, and I'm going to do the accent, but it's probably going to be terrible. But she was just like, I'm just going to leave you to it because I know what it's like to host a party. I was like, that's exactly what we do.
It
We
is.
just host a party. It's so much fun. Because it was a sold-out show.
Yeah.
We welcomed, obviously, our in-person audience and our three incredible artists who were Kate McDonnell, who I just mentioned, who was just lovely. And she did some just insane things with her guitar, which was played upside
Yeah.
down and... It wasn't back to front. What was it?
It was,
Backwards, upside down?
yeah. So like any guitarist at home, the high E was at the top and the low E was at the bottom, and we were all sort of watching in the control room, going, "That's different. That's different."
And didn't she play it like left-handed when she's actually right-handed?
So I think anything you know about guitar, just flip it upside down, and then think left-handed but right-handed. It was a lot, but it was absolutely fabulous. I've never heard a guitar sound like that. It was brilliant.
Yeah, she was really cool and she was lovely to boot. And then we also welcomed, headlining that night was Craig Gould and the Noble Thieves, who are a kind of UK Americana flavour band from the Midlands. And we also welcomed Leeds-based funk band Flat Moon, who, they were just gorgeous.
They were,
Just
they were
gorgeous.
absolutely
I just loved them.
insane.
Yeah, and as we said, the vibe was awesome. Scarborough really showed itself off because the weather was incredible. Flat Moon, jollied across a little bit early, had a walk around the village. Myself and Rosie from the Noble Thieves were bonding over motherhood in the back. And it was just one of those really lovely days. Do you have anything else to add?
It was just so nice getting to talk to all of them. Like, everyone was so lovely. Flat Moon were just hilarious. As was Craig Gould. Like, he was telling you about all the little birds of prey. I was like, that's great. Your song's been in the chart. He was like, and then I saw this bird, and when they flap like this is what it means. He was absolutely brilliant. And Kate McDonnell was so lovely too. I believe we've got a little highlight reel, haven't we? So we can show everyone at home. But if you enjoy the reel, make sure you go and watch the whole thing because it was absolutely insane. So this is a little highlight for you from that live lounge.
We are joined live today by three wonderful bands. It's a veritable road trip of music. And tonight we are going to be starting off with Flat Moon.
Craig Gould and the Noble Thieves.
Kate McDonnell.
Facebook, TikTok, on my phone around the clock. Bad news, bad dreams. How do I quit this crazy scene? So I looked at my dog and he tilted his head.
For all us kids born back in '83, made to pick a career at 15, didn't know what the hell we wanna be, so we smoked up university.
That looked absolutely great. If you've got fear of missing out from that, then you absolutely can go over to the Beckview Studios YouTube channel and watch the whole thing, which includes the interviews with Beth as well. Do head over to there, and please remember to like and subscribe.
Absolutely. So, Christina, you always have so many great bands and artists flying through the studio. What's been released lately?
So, to be fair, you have already mentioned quite a couple of them. One was Deep Sea Daggers, Feed Me Alive. They had recorded that here. And then the other one was, Pleasure Centre have released their self-titled EP, and they also released a live version EP, which was recorded here. And that is part of our Beckview Presents series and is available to watch on our YouTube channel. You can also stream it as well, the live version, and it's in our Beckview Presents playlist on YouTube. And it's really worth a watch.
You got to watch it. It's insane. Incredible. Yeah. I love it.
And so then, and also another song that's just been released as well is one called Prayer to Another Galaxy by the Virtual Opera. This one I particularly like. It's the latest track by Dave Allinson, who also releases his work under the artist name Shy Reptiles. It's a really special song because it marks the true creative collaboration between Dave and our very own Chris Jones, who's over there in the corner. This relationship started as a co-production and it's grown into something very much more collaborative. It says here in my notes, you can hear it in the track. I don't know if everyone else can hear it in the track. I can hear it in the track because I know what's been going on. Drums were also played by the brilliant Moses Carpenter. He's one of our session musicians here. He's one of your students as well, isn't he? He's absolutely brilliant.
It's amazing, yeah.
And session musicians is something that we can source as part of our full production services here at the studio. It's obviously available on all streaming platforms, as is Dave's album by the Shy Reptiles, The Field, which I would definitely recommend people go and listen to as well. And another thing that I wanted to mention, because it happened this month, is that we've had to order a rerun of 4 albums by Sonic Salvation Gospel Band, which we remastered here at the studio, because they'd completely sold out of their first run. And the same goes as well for, we had a band called the Rhythm Burners in, it was last year, wasn't it? And they recorded with us and made a CD, completely sold out of them as well. Wow. So they've just ordered another rerun, which I just thought was pretty cool because it's proof if anyone needs to know that physical media is not dead. Oh, it's not dead.
Definitely not. No, I love to have CDs, especially for the car. And I drove a friend, hi Dave, to a gig the other day, and you were kind of marvelling at just how many CDs were in my car, weren't you? Not very well looked after, but yeah, all over. So it's really great. There's been so much going on. What have you got coming up in the weeks ahead?
Yes, so we have another lounge event happening on the 14th of June. At the time of recording, I have still got some tickets available. However, these events do sell out. So please, people, go and check the website and get your tickets sorted. We've got a stunning lineup for you again. We've got headlining Sheffield-based female-fronted band called Goldie Vox, groovy as anything. Think R&B, neo soul, funk, and disco with a nostalgic twist. We also have the ethereal vocals of Tamisha.
Tamisha.
Sorry.
Tamisha. Yeah, I always say Tamisha, and then I watched a reel that she did, and she was always too polite to correct me. It's Tamisha, and I was like, oh no, I've been saying that wrong for like months and months.
My apologies. So, yeah, Tamisha.
Yeah,
we both need to get that right.
we do. As long as we get it on the night, everything will be fine.
She's going to be great. And then also Scarborough's very own Jack Robertson will be performing as well, who, and I know we bang on about this all the time, but he recorded his debut album, Danube Blues, here at the studio. I can't wait. I can't wait.
So good.
So 14th of June. We've got a clip of Jack when he was in the studio.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, exciting.
You going to play that now?
Take number 52. Just doing it for the fun. First take.
You help us to fight. Oh, sake. Wrong lyric completely.
It's all good. We've got loads of time.
These are the bloopers.
And you've got all these on camera.
Yeah. I'll start that again, sorry. Yeah, my thumb went weird. Because the camera's on me.
I was just going. Just stop, Jack. I'm not getting any DI signal.
Oh, tuner's on.
Still on tuner.
That better?
We're back in the game. Okay. Same again. Ready when you are. Okay. Okie dokie. Ready when you are.
So he'll probably be playing his songs, I think.
Hopefully not that many bloopers on the night.
I'm also really excited about the lounge on the 14th of June because it is part of the Scarborough Fair Fringe Festival. It's supported by the wonderful folks at the Banks Group and Scalby Fair. Doors are at 7 and they like I said before, they do sell out. So if anyone wants to come, do get your tickets.
I'm still laughing at that reel. Sorry, I can't. I love that you put that out there for everybody to laugh at. What upcoming releases do we need to be looking out for, Christina? What's coming up this month?
Quite exciting. We have got The Fiends live at Beckview Studios EP release. So they came and performed at our very first lounge last year. And even though the band has recently all gone their separate ways, we are now, we had a discussion with them. We're all going to put out the EP. And it's some great sort of more acoustic alternate versions of everybody's favourite Fiends tracks. So that'll be really good. And then on the 18th of June, Shindig's Beckview Presents EP will be out. It should have gone out last month, but with one thing and another and band members moving cities, it just wasn't possible. But it's all uploaded now, we can confirm, and good to go. And then it's slightly more into the future on the 5th of July. I just want to plug it again like I did last month. We've got a masterclass in recording to analog tape, which we'll be hosting here at the studio. So that's a real perfect one for engineers, producers, tech geeks. You'll be able to get some hands-on experience with using our JH24 2-inch 24-track tape machine. Under the expert guidance of Chris over here and Ian Betson from Real Resilience, who is an ex-BBC tape op, and he just knows the skier inside out, and it'll cover things from choosing and setting up the tape, running an effective session, artistic and technical considerations when working with analog tape, and there'll also be plenty of time for Q&A and networking. So if anyone's curious about that and wants to develop their skills, then all the information is on our website, or you can just email us and find out more.
It's all so exciting. There's so much happening in this space. So that sounds like a really good one for the tech geeks, but it's not only like these sort of workshopy things that you run. There's so much that happens here. What else can people get involved with?
So we have been working on a range of emerging artist packages. So these will include professional audio and video bundles to help new artists showcase their sound and look great. So whether you're just starting out, leveling up, we've got tailored opportunities that can really help people stand out. So, you know, if people want to develop and showcase what they're doing, send it to promoters, venues, festival organisers. If you like what you've seen on our YouTube channel and you want something like that for yourself, that's a package that we can offer. Just get in touch and talk to us. We've also got back up and running our popular voice reel recording packages, which are perfect for actors in particular, looking to freshen up their show reels, or anyone requiring top quality starter reels to feature on their spotlight profiles. And if you're an actor who's got a terrific voice, then you might also be interested in our video singing reels as well. Ideal for anybody in the performing arts.
Wow. So much happening in this space. It's all so exciting. Thank you so much for Christina for coming and telling us about all the exciting things happening here. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors as well. So we've got the Crescent Lounge, Proper Yorkshire Beer, Your 360 Virtual Tours, and Charlotte Middleton, The Curious Creative. This is a collaboration and a community effort. We're so grateful to be doing this with such brilliant people. So come get involved, do it with us. If you're interested in sponsoring us, either email Yorkshire Coast Gigs or Beckview Studios, and we would love to hear from you.
We would, and please remember to like and subscribe and share the love if you're enjoying the show. It's time now for our next guests, the Blowins, after a video from the aforementioned Pleasure Centre and their new release live at Beckview Studios.
Artist Chat.
So we are delighted to welcome our next guests to the studio who will be performing for us at the end of their interview. Welcome to Bridget and Phil, also known as Bennett Cousins Music and also known as the Blowins. Welcome.
Thank you.
For joining
Hello.
us today.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
How are we doing? You okay?
Right, yes.
Right, yeah.
You all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. So we're going to start. Just tell us a little bit about yourselves. Like, how long have you been performing together? How did this duo sort of start?
How long have you got?
Ages.
Ages, right.
Well,
in a nutshell.
Yeah. We met in 2012 on the island of Iona, and we got together in 2013. We've been playing music since we met. I mean, music was what brought us together, really. We were staying at the Abbey and they needed some musicians, and we got thrown into being the house band. Basically, we were the house band.
We were the house band. We were having to learn 3 or 4 new pieces of music every day.
To play in the Abbey. So it was quite an interesting experience.
So we spent quite a lot of time working quite hard together.
And we got to know each other as musicians before we got to know each other in any other way, really. And we kept in touch after that. And finally got together in 2013, and I moved to Scarborough 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I was a freelance musician before I came here. Phil was still working in the health service.
I was working in the health service, yes, and after you came here, I was still working for several years, wasn't I, before I retired?
Yeah, I persuaded him to come and play with me in various concerts and things, and before we knew it, we were playing as a duo rather than, Bridget Cousins.
Playing concerts with you, that was the first time that I'd performed since I'd been at school, so it was 40 years since I'd put myself in front of an audience.
It was a bit scary for you.
So we're a bit scary, yes.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I took you on. I booked a village hall tour in Suffolk with some friends, and we played down there. And he said to me after we'd done 4 days on the trot, he said, "People think I'm a musician."
I'm not. I'm just a bloke with a guitar. It's very different.
Oh, wow.
Only one up the evolutionary tree from a drummer.
So I said, "Phil, you are a musician." Anyway, so we've been playing together as the Blowins for 6 or 7 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah. You recently played at Filey Folk Festival, didn't you?
We did indeed.
How did that go?
We did.
Which venue were you at?
We did the Songwriter Circle in the Imperial pub, and then we played on the bandstand. Wow. The Imperial was great. It was a good audience, listening audience, and we stayed afterwards to listen to some of the other folks playing. It was great.
Yeah. The
it went
bandstand was
down
very
well.
different. Yeah.
The bandstand was very different.
Yeah.
The bandstand was great, but it was really, really cold, and the wind
was it?
blowing.
And the wind blew an absolute hoolie.
Oh yeah, you're quite like on the edge of the world up
You're
there.
exposed.
If there's a gust of wind, it's going to get you. Yeah.
Yes, it did.
There were a number of faithful folk who stayed the course, including Chris and Christina.
Oh.
Hats off to you guys for coming along and listening.
So other than absolutely freezing, how did you find the festival?
Oh, it was great. We saw some really good. I got to see Katie Spencer for the first time.
Isn't she fabulous?
Oh, it's just so different from anything else I've ever heard. And you think of, there's something really kind of serene and slow about what she plays. It's a beautiful, mindful, meditative experience listening to her play.
Yeah.
And who else did we see? Do you remember? Mean Mary?
Oh yes, we went to see Mean Mary, who was playing with her brother. And they were brilliant on stage. They were so good together.
She's a banjo player.
Oh,
One
wow.
of the best banjo
If not
players
the
in
best
the
banjo.
world.
Yeah. Wow.
And he played guitar, and he was the straight man.
It was very, very funny singing.
Very, very funny, but also
She's been playing since she was 4 years old.
Oh my gosh.
stunning player.
Absolutely astonishing. If you get the chance to see Mean Mary, don't miss one of the best live acts I've ever seen in my entire life, really.
Right, so we've got to get Mean Mary. Yeah,
you can. Yeah, she's based in the States. She comes. I think she's based in Nashville. She comes over occasionally. The other guy we saw was a chap called Ryan Bolt, who is very. How do you describe him? He's really laid back and plays really gentle acoustic guitar and vocal music, and you kind of think, what's this going to be like? This is going to be good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it takes you a little while to realise, because he's just so kind of almost there and not there at the same time, and yet he's so engaging.
It's fabulous music. He plays with a band called the Deep Dark Woods, and again, he comes over once a year as part of Chris Lee's Americana series at the Old Parcels Office, which we're great fans of.
Yes, they're brilliant.
Again, look him out when he's next here.
So, Time for Peace concert at St. Martin's on the Hill. Sounds lovely. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right, well.
Not really concerts or performances. We prefer to think of them as co-created sessions where we, both the people attending and ourselves, are involved in creating, literally, some time for peace. You can come and go as you please. We don't talk at all during the session. There's no applause during the session. We just play instrumentals with periods of silence in between.
Wow.
And we started it all back in... Was it 2020, wasn't it? Yeah. So we were going to do a run of 4 at the library as a trial. We only got 3 done, and then COVID struck and lockdown hit us, and then it took quite a while to get things up and running again after all of that.
But we've been doing it 2 years now.
2 years now. Every month.
Except the summer.
And it's
built up quite
you usually get 35, 40, maybe 50 people to each session. And there's something very magical about just creating and holding this place and space of silence where people can just be who they are, and whatever else kind of floats across their consciousness for that hour.
It's a very, very interesting experience as a musician, and we have a lot of people who come back time and time again who tell us it's a really important part of their lives now.
Somebody way back said, "This is better than all the Prozac I've taken."
Wow.
In 30 years.
Good going.
But
beat that for feedback. But yes, it does have that effect on people. It's like you were saying before about music, music being soul food.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's like such a unique event. Wow, I really want to come to one. Can I come?
Yeah, you can come.
Anybody can come. No charge.
Between
11 and 12 on the second Wednesday in the month.
11 and 12 on the second Wednesday.
11 and 12.
I'll give you a flyer afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds
and
absolutely
it's free,
incredible.
and you can come and go as you please. You don't even have to stay for the whole hour. You just come and listen and be.
Love it. I will see you at the next one.
See you there, Beth.
So we've spoken about the wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey
in between.
The bit in between us filming this and it going out. So Folk Night at Big Ideas by the Sea on the 25th of May is one of those things that will have happened in the in-between. But are you guys looking forward to that?
Oh, very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got some really good friends coming down from Whitby, Alan Rose and Linda Hardcastle. 2 fabulous vocalists. They've been singing together for 50 years, and they're just so full of heart and wonderful singers too. And we've got the Ukrainian choir, who I only met recently. And, I still try and imagine if we had a bunch of Brits who were suddenly thrown out of their homes and ended up in another country, would the first thing they did be to get together and sing folk songs? I suspect not, and yet these women are doing it, and it's amazing. It's wonderful, and it's so different from English choral music. It's beautiful.
Absolutely fabulous. So it'll be a good evening, and of course we're there as well, so what's not to
It's
like?
going to be fabulous. It's a great North Folk Festival, July 11th to 13th. That's in Bolton Village, just near Whitby, isn't it?
Bottom Village.
Bottom Village, just near Whitby. What will you be doing there? Have you got like some sets and workshops, stuff like that?
To be confirmed.
But last year we did 6 sets over the 3 days.
Wow.
They've got 3 little stages. It's a really lovely, intimate little festival. But I'm also doing a workshop this year. I've done quite a lot of work with singers, and I'm doing a choral workshop called Songs of Hope, where people can just learn some a cappella songs very quickly in 3-part harmony.
Oh, wow.
So that should be fun.
So it'll be a busy weekend. It'll be a fun weekend, and the weather can't be worse than it was last year.
Oh, gosh.
It was apocalyptic. It chucked it down all weekend.
And we were camping.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Absolutely wet.
Not what you want. So we'll pray for the weather.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We will indeed. And if you want to find out what the Blowins are doing, be sure to follow them on Bennett Cousins Music on Facebook to find out what will be happening on those days. I'm so excited to see what you'll be doing. Music. It's going to be very exciting. So I can see over here we have a harp and a guitar.
We do.
Yes.
Would you like to
and
play us a little song, maybe?
Yeah, go on.
Can I ask you about what's the song called? Is it Whiskey Kisses?
It is called Whiskey Kisses.
That is a really lovely name for a
It's
song.
a tune, not a song.
Tune.
It's a tune.
It's a
Sorry,
tune.
I do apologise.
That's me.
It's a,
I always call tune songs and songs tunes.
it's a
yeah.
tune called Whiskey Kisses. What's
Whiskey
this song about?
Winter evenings, actually. Although I know it's summer, but
It's kind of like sharing a whiskey, then sharing a kiss.
Oh, so cute. Oh.
we both have a guilty pleasure, which is a very good malt whiskey we do enjoy.
Once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Probably nice and peaty.
And you've got a gig coming up soon at just here in Scorby Village at the Temperance Hall
We
as
have,
well.
Yes.
yeah.
Will you be playing this
Yes,
song there?
thanks, Kath.
Will
We
people hear
will
it
play
again?
Probably.
there, yeah.
Excellent.
Friday, 13th of June with the John Ward Trio.
Lovely.
Yeah, that'll
Can you
be
tell us anything about the John Ward Trio?
They're from
Based in Lowestoft in Suffolk. John's from Lowestoft, and he's a brilliant songwriter, excellent guitarist, and a lot of his songs are about the town and about things that have happened in the town. And Lowestoft, interestingly, is kind of parallel to Scarborough. Used to be a fishing port. That trade has almost gone now, so it's a town that kind of took a dip and is beginning to find itself again. So a lot of his songs are about that, about the sense of place.
He's
Great.
also a really, really good bowrun player.
Oh, wow.
He always does a sort of fireworks shot on the
Showpiece.
bowrun towards the end of the set, so that's always worth hearing. But yeah, lovely harmonies from them and
Yeah.
double bass, guitar, accordion and voices.
Oh, wow.
So
Good fun.
that's great.
Brilliant.
It is.
It is.
It is. I promise
love
you.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think it's time for a bit of
I
live
think-
music?
I think
the
I
first
want to
bit of
hear
live
Whiskey
music of the
Kisses,
evening.
yeah.
Oh, let's go get set up. It's all very exciting.
Do you like a malt whiskey, Beth?
Do you know what? Not really, no. I'm so boring. I don't really drink, Do you like malt whiskey?
Do you know, if I drink whiskey, it tends to make me sick. But
No, probably not for the
bit of
best.
gin, bit of gin,
Bit of gin.
bit of gin, and
Bit of
I'm
pink
all right.
gin.
Yeah. Not so keen on the pink. No.
That's fine, isn't it? Oh, we're all getting tuned, just getting ready. What are you doing this weekend? Off to any gigs?
Off to see Skunk and Nancy this weekend, actually, Beth.
Oh, very
Yeah.
exciting.
Just drop that in there.
Are we good
What
to
about
go?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Whiskey
quick.
Kisses by the Blowins. you so much. That was
amazing.
absolutely gorgeous. What a lovely tune.
It was just beautiful. Thank you. Wow. Where do you go after that, really?
Yeah, I'm still over there with you.
Yeah. But now we have got another music video for you. This is Alistair James. This is from his recent lounge performance here in the studio, as well as his regular Thursday night residency at the Crescent Lounge in Scarborough. He has a special gig coming up at Burniston and Cloughton Village Hall on June the 15th. So you can go and see you guys on the 13th and go see Alistair on the 15th. You've got a whole weekend of great music lined up there. It's going to be a fantastic evening celebrating some of the world's greatest songwriters, as well as Alistair performing some of his own songs as well. Support sets come from Scarborough singer-songwriter Emily Gaskell and a young man who apparently has a fine voice from Ugthorpe, Matty James. It's set to be a great evening, and tickets and more info can be found at alistairjames.com. After the video from Alistair, we will be talking to this month's Wordsmith in the Mix, Abbie Ingham. Sorry, Abbie. I've given you a whole new name there. Here's Alistair James.
I will love and hold you close and never let you go. I'll make sure I keep you near in hope that you don't disappear. I love you when the morning comes. Yeah, I love you when the evening's done. My love, you can't outrun. I'll make sure that my love you're never far from. Months roll by and seasons change while my love will remain. The world outside can swiftly change. Still I'll be here to ease your pain. Yes, I love you in the morning sun. Oh, I love you when the evening's done. My love, you can't outrun. I'll make sure that my love you're never far from. And if you find that you are well, you won't be for long. If I live not one more day, please know my life's been saved. You have made my time worthwhile. I'll blame you for my every smile. Yeah, I love you when the morning comes. Oh, I love you when the evening's done. My love, you can't outrun. I'll make sure that my love you're never far from. Yeah, I love you when the morning comes. I love you when the evening's done. can outrun. I'll make sure that my love you're never far from. All right, thank you.
Wordsmith in the mix.
Wasn't that absolutely gorgeous from Alistair James? We're now at Wordsmith in the Mix, which is where we get a local poet on. So poetry and music have a deep connection. It's no surprise that they go hand in hand. So please welcome Abbie Ingham.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Abbie, you're a Scarborough-based poet and artist, but you're a hairdresser by day. Everybody's got a day job here and an evening job, haven't they?
Yeah.
In many ways, it was the hairdressing that led to the poetry. Can you tell us how it all sort of came about?
Yeah, so I got a new client booked in and we clicked really well. It was Nell Williams, and she talked to me about some poetry, and one day I just sent her one of my poems and she was just really supportive and said it was amazing and I should do more and really encouraging. And she became my midwife of poetry. And and it just went from there, and she's just been a great support.
Fantastic. So that encouragement from Nell brought out the words, but your connection to music actually came long before that. Can you tell us a little bit about what music means to you?
Yeah. For me, music's quite therapeutic. Like a couple of years before that, I got in touch with Tom Davenport to see if he would teach me drums as part of my therapy challenging PTSD. And he was more than happy to work with me on a secret basis that no one would ever know, and I would never be in a band or anything, and it was just me and him, and he was incredible and really got me through some tough stuff. So.
And he did get you to perform eventually.
He did, yeah. Him very sweetly manipulative. Got me. I've performed one time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know about Tom Davenport, Tom was a local musician and music teacher who influenced many a musician. Lots of people who've played with Tom had their first sort of musical showcase with Tom, young musicians. Tom passed away in 2023 after a period of illness. He's still very much missed on the scene, and I'm just glad that we can at least remember him tonight. The drumming then, I know it's something that's kind of on hold for you. I believe your son is now learning to drum though, so you passed it down. Yeah. But you've been attending a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
And even performed some poetry at some of them. Can you tell us a little bit about some of those recent events?
So Jenkin Revolt, a punk band, performed at the Westover, and I was asked to do some poetry at the punk gig, which was quite terrifying because you've really got to be heard. But they do listen, so yeah, it was really cool.
Fantastic.
Something different.
And you were also at the We Shall Overcome event, which was a whole sort of day of bands interspersed with poetry. How was that for you?
It was different again, but it was a really lovely environment. Everyone was donating things for the charity. It was great. And just a really homely environment altogether.
And you said about having to make yourself heard at those punk gigs, but you said something to me in conversation before about how actually gigs like that, rock gigs, punk gigs, how do you feel at those gigs?
I think sometimes as a female you feel really unsafe, so it's actually great to have the charity that we talked about to help women feel that they have a place at these things, because we are allowed to be there and we're allowed to feel safe and supported in an environment, and music's for everybody, so why can't we all just be there and be safe?
So safe gigs for women really is
Yeah,
safe gigs for women is the charity we're talking about, but you've also said that the rock and punk gigs are the ones where you feel safest, aren't
you feel
they,
the
compared
safest.
to
You fall down,
gigs.
someone will pick you up,
or
you don't feel safe, someone will ask you if you're okay,
and it's a supportive community
who
will listen to your poetry, so
totally.
That's all good.
Yeah.
As to standalone poetry evenings, you've done a 5 Poets, which is sort of a quarterly wordsmith special at Craft Bar. Their Wordsmiths is on every month at Craft Bar. They kind of do a seasonal special, don't they? So is there anything you want to say about the 5 Poets event that you did?
Yeah, it was just a privilege to be asked. To be asked to do open mics, for everybody, it's inclusive, but to be asked to do as one of 5 was it was the first thing I was asked to do, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you got the wrong person. But yeah, it was great. It's just a lovely environment at Craft. It's perfect.
And you have a set coming up another poetry evening, which is how many poets are at this one?
I think there's 3.
3, and this is at Gallery 6, isn't it? Can you tell us any more about that?
So it's me, Anne, and Graham Rhodes, who Graham's doing a little bit more of his wonderful stuff, and then me and Anna doing a little bit ourselves. So different environment, still the good stuff.
Fantastic. So before we hear your music poem, I want to talk a little bit about your art as well. You've been an artist for even longer than writing poetry or leaning into your love of music. Tell us about your art and where that started.
It's always been like since, like being a small child, I was very artistic, but in lockdown, that I was like, I couldn't work as a hairdresser. That was my income. I had an exhibition at Coda in Scarborough, and was allowed to keep that up during lockdown and sold a lot. So that was an income. And then I recently had, for International Women's Day, an installation exhibition at Mandy Apple, which was the first of that kind that I've done, which involved casts of women's bodies with like mod rock and plaster, and they're all embellished and decorated to celebrate women. Of all shapes and sizes.
Quite an experience for the models there.
It was great. It was really fun. One lady passed out while I was doing it, so I had to sort of like do a bit of first aid. And she got it gets warm as it dries, the product. So she got a little bit too warm. And she was a little bit embarrassed, and I was like, we have nothing to be embarrassed about.
The whole
had a
part
pregnant
of the whole concept, wasn't
pregnant
it?
lady.
Be embarrassed.
Yeah, a lady that was pregnant and her son helped us do it, and that was a really cool experience. So it was actually the experience and the process and the end result was it was amazing. Yeah.
Fantastic. And you're hoping, I believe, to perhaps remount and expand that exhibition. So what sort of shape might that take if you're doing more with it?
I would like to revisit it. I would like to do more, have more women involved. Of different ages as well, in a bigger place, and hopefully something to think about for the future.
Fantastic. And are you able to tell us a little bit more about Mandy Apple as well? Not everybody may be familiar with Mandy Apple, but it's a kind of collective art space on Newborough in Scarborough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a collective. They do a lot of like workshops. They do let artists exhibit there. There's a little shop. It's lovely. There's loads going on there. It's great.
Fantastic, thank you. Before we hear your poem, there is one other event you've got coming up that's a new challenge for you. It's, again, part of Scarborough Fair Fringe, and I believe it's a script-in-hand play performance. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Paul Spencer has roped me in to read script and not learn lines, hopefully. Just a small part. He just thought it would be something... the thing is, when you start these creative things, you pull at a string and it all unravels, and then people go, come do this, and you're like, okay, I'll just do it. And I've seen the script, I've read it, it's really exciting. So
fantastic. The overarching evening is called Secrets of Scarborough, isn't it? And I understand it kind of grew out of Scarborough actors and writers group, so local playwrights, local actors taking part. I believe that Callum Marshall, who was part of Reverie and on our first episode, is another one of the actors. Whether you'll get to act opposite him or whether... Who knows? We'll all be in the mix. But that's brilliant. We shall look forward to that as well. So lots of fantastic events that you're involved with. We would love to hear your music-themed poem now, if you don't mind. Would you like to tell us anything about it before you read it, or do you just want to let it speak for itself?
It speaks for itself.
Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Music for me. It started off with a fabricated infidelity, my love affair with music. A ticket to meet a real-life local rock star was my ticket to a whole new arena. Free admission to meet Guitar Man. When asked what music I was into, I said none. He looked more heartbroken than when I told him why. Listening to Guitar Man got me ejected from the building by the bouncers, angry men with strong muscles pushing me towards the door. And then there was music. It was like someone had switched my ears on, gripped me with both hands and said, get in here. The opening notes to Highway to Hell by AC/DC will always hold memories of freedom for me, but it's not just a whole lot of Rosie. That's just dipping my toe into the glorious ocean of drum beats, guitar riffs and melody. Lyrics become anthemic and spoke volumes to me of ear-splitting truth. I can wear any band t-shirt with pride in the knowledge I can feel the drums beat through my soul like a rosette of first prize freedom. All it took was one ticket, one night, one song, and the world unfolded and music was everywhere.
Thank you. That's great. think that kind of speaks for a lot of us, really,
Yeah.
and finding music and are loving it. So thank you, Abbie,
Thank you.
very much for that.
I think a lot of people will relate to that watching
Thank
it at
you.
home. Beautiful. Should we check in with the team?
I think we should
see how
check in
everyone's
with the
doing?
team now, yeah. So,
Chris, how are you?
I'm good.
Are you all right?
you and Dave quite cosy over there?
Yeah, we love it. We're in
You're looking very
the dual
cosy
corner.
indeed.
It's like Chris and his mini-me.
How's our live audience doing over here? Wait, woo, woo, woo.
And,
Can you see through window,
boys
Adam?
in the back room.
Give us a little
Don't
wave.
hide.
Hello.
It's time for everybody to see it, because Adam can't really turn the camera on himself, can he?
He can't. How?
No.
Can we do a little selfie angle? Ad? Is that out of the question?
Just go and sit in a seat.
Just go. Oh, there.
Because we probably ought to stop messing around, because Chris
Yeah, we
probably
should.
wants us to do news from the scene now, don't you, Chris?
Is it time for news on
I
the
think
scene?
it's time for news from the scene.
Let's do it.
News from the scene.
So Humber Street Sesh have announced loads more bands for their festival on the 2nd of August. It's an absolutely brilliant festival. You need to get tickets for Humber Street Sesh because it is honestly amazing. There's loads of local acts, well, semi-local. So we've got Avalanche Party, Pleasure Centre are going, incredible. Flat Moon, who were recently here for a live lounge, and they were absolutely phenomenal. Such lovely guys as well. It was brilliant to have them here. So go catch them at Humber Street Sesh. The Fruit are going to be there as well. They've just released their second album. It's a great title. It's called I'm Not Sure, ... But then again, I think I will. I love that. What a title. There's also I've got paper everywhere. Sorry, just excuse me. So there's a chance to see some artists like Oliver Pinder and Sam Sherdle, who are also coming to Brid. Sam's coming for July's Brid on the Map, and Oliver for the Live at the Queen's Festival at the end of August. Oliver Pinder is absolutely incredible. Honestly.
Really
so is
looking forward
Sam
to that.
Sherdle as well. He's got some very exciting gigs coming up, which I think we'll cover in just a little bit. But Oliver, I went to go see him at Polar Bear in Hull. Oh my God. I took guitarist George. I was like, come on, we've got to go see this. And he had me crying. It was incredible. Yeah. So everyone, you've got to get to the Live at the Queen's Festival at the end of August. It's on the 30th.
He's headlining that one.
He is. He's headlining it. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. So Sam Sherdle, known as the Yorkshire Springsteen. Brilliant. He's also playing Beverley Folk Festival warm-up in June with Imogen Hart at Poma. Apparently, he's playing a little something called Glastonbury. I don't know what all that's about, but that sounds exciting. So Beverley Folk Festival is from the 20th to the 22nd of June. Great lineup. At the time of filming, Edwina Hayes has sold out. There's other ticketed events like Cara Dillon and Ranagri. They're still available at the time of filming, but like we say, check the Beverley Folk Festival website because they may have gone by that time. If they're still there, grab them. There's lots of free events over that weekend at venues all over Beverley, including the Humberside Music Hub Youth Stage. You've got to go check out Tony Beacock and Rachel McKenna at the Hornsey Shanty Lassies. That's a great name. There's plus things like Morris dancing. I went to Beverley Folk Festival last year, and what a treat it was. Like the whole place is just vibrant with folk. Like there's just dancing everywhere. It's absolutely brilliant. There's open sessions and family workshops. So to hear more about that, make sure you check out beverleyfolk.com and go.
And the Scarborough Open Air Theatre season kicks off in June with The Cause and Natalie Imbruglia, Gary Barlow and Beverly Knight, Shed 7, Jake Bugg and Cast, Pendulum with Normandy, Basement Jacks, love a bit of Basement Jacks, Snow Patrol with Freya Ridings, The Human League with the Thompson Twins, Tom Bailey and Blancmange, and that's just June. So do check out scarboroughOpenAirTheatre.com for tickets and see what else is coming up in July and August too. Staxtonbury Festival is coming up in July. They have a mix from tribute acts like the fabulous Katie Cowie, who is Taylor Swift as Taylor Reloaded, and I have seen her perform before. She is brilliant and absolutely lovely as well. Guns and Yorkshire Roses and Soul of Fleetwood Mac. Then there are covers bands such as the pop punk of, get this name, Captain Clap and the Burning Sensations.
Brilliant.
To the ever popular Cloughton Rat Pack and festival favourites like Friday Street and Gumbox. And we're really pleased to see that there are plenty of original acts getting a platform, such as Chocolate Box, who are a young York-based band. They've just released their EP, All That Remains, so do go check that out. Reverie, who we met on the show last month. Bridlington's Nick Tudor and the brilliant Jack Robinson, who... I do this every month! Jack Robertson, who, I'm so sorry, Jack, whose EP came out in March, Danube Blues. The wonderful Emily Gaskell, who we will also see in a moment in a video here from Beckview. And Danny Clement, who recently supported the amazing Seafret at Hull and Leeds gigs. That's actually literally happening tonight as we're filming, so wibbly wobbly timey wimey yet again. We can't mention everyone here, obviously, but do check out the lineup on the socials and get your tickets sorted at staxtonbury.co.uk. Now, I do believe there is one other gig happening next month that might involve somebody over here to my left.
Who?
It's the Brid on the Map on the 6th of June. It's the day before my birthday, so I might come and party.
You'll have to come,
and party. I won't tell you how old I'll be. That one is headlined by Dirty Blonde, and we have Eva Kiss and Beth Pilling performing at that one. So make sure you check out Brid on the Map at the Stirling Castle, 6th of June.
Going to be brilliant. So just a reminder, these events can change, and make sure to check local artist pages, venues, websites, keep up to date with what is happening. So we're going to see a video from Emily Gaskell from a lounge session right here at the studio. This was filmed in November last year, and then we'll be welcoming January Jam to have a little chat. I'm so excited. This is Emily Gaskell.
The night ain't pretty. She thought she knew this city like nowhere else. As she gets older, she keeps looking over her shoulder when she's by herself. She's all the parts of your daughter you don't wanna see. She's got tattoos and bullet wounds, but she carries the same fears as me. 'Cause they shake their head when they hear another girl's missing. Yeah, they just turn off the news. 'Cause they're not listening, they're sat there doing nothing. What's wrong with this world? Maybe they'll feel different when they're putting up pictures of their little girl. And we all know she can't walk alone. You can't tell me you've never heard the whispers. It won't come as a surprise when she realizes that knife in her bag should be so much bigger. They just shake their head when they hear another girl's missing. Yeah, they just turn off the news. 'Cause they're not listening, they're sat there doing nothing. What's wrong with this world? Maybe they'll feel different when they're putting up pictures of their little girl. So go and tell your girls what's expected of them in this world. And watch them grow with a noose around their neck. They think they're safe, guess no one's told them yet. 'Cause you shake your head when you hear another girl's missing. I know you just turn off the news. Oh, 'cause you're still not listening. You sat there doing nothing. What's wrong with this world? Maybe you'll feel different when they're putting up pictures of your little girl.
Artist Chat.
So now we're welcoming our final guests who will also be performing for us this evening. We have the wonderful January Jam, Bridlington group consisting of Lucy Burden, Sherilyn Papworth, Curtis Papworth and Elliot Jersbury. We're going to kind of let them introduce themselves with a little video that they have made for us as well. Here we go.
Know you remember that beautiful flavor, you still eat it off me. I know you remember just how it feels, yeah, you know it's meant to be.
Lucy, Shez, how are we doing?
Brilliant.
Yeah. It's so lovely to see you.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, don't be silly. I can't wait to see you play. But first, I'm going to ask you loads of questions. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Fire away.
I need that. Ease me into the song.
So you guys have all been like in bands around like the Bridlington scene. Like, how do you find that?
It's quite nice actually because we've all known each other for quite a while, but in different ways, different bands, even through Remarkable Arts, which we'll probably get to a little bit later as well anyway. But yeah, that kind of brings more of a sense of community, which is really nice. So yeah.
Yeah, I've never really... this is my first band, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've always been like a solo.
Yeah.
But I prefer the comfort of it. Like, it's nice to be like, my friend's over there.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, because you're all really close friends as well, aren't you? Like, I mean, Shez and Curtis, your siblings. Like, what's it like? What's it like being in a band with your sibling? Because you've done it a few times now, haven't you?
Yeah, I know it sounds a bit cringy, but I just see Curtis as more of a best friend, really, because we've played music together for quite a while, really. But it's nice it's finally happened with a band and two lovers as well. We'll probably get to.
Oh, that's really lovely. In fact, Elliot, hiya, love.
Hello.
How you doing?
How are
Do you
you?
mind if I ask you a question? Would that be
Go
all
for
right?
it.
Not
Go
to
for
put you on the spot or anything. So you are like one of the busiest guys I know.
That's why I look like this.
Is that... You look lovely. I don't know what all that was about. So you're in loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of bands. So you're in the Bootleggers.
Yeah.
You're in Follow Deep. Don't Fret the Poet.
Yeah.
This band as well, of course, January Jam. And a little dad band.
Yeah. So
what's this dad band about?
It's called Kamikaze Pilots Reunion Club.
Oh.
So it's my dad's, our mate Scott and his son, and there's another guy called Mike Smart, and it's just like pub rock sort of cover stuff, and it's for the beers basically, but it's a good laugh really. But yeah.
Well, when you're in that many bands, you need to have one that's like gonna fuel you.
Yeah, it's my nice chill, know the songs, couple of beers, happy days.
Couple of beers. Oh, I love that. So am I right? Most of you have been playing in Brid since you were all like young teenagers. Like, what's it been like growing up around the scene in Brid? Because I know we used to do a lot of the open mics together and stuff like that. Like, it's lovely.
So I've been quite lucky to have quite a musical family. So me and Curtis used to like watch our dad perform and our granddad. So that kind of inspired us. So that's how I found out about open mic nights, and especially going to college where Paul Nash, hello,
there he is,
tutored me and Curtis.
Yeah.
So that's how you get to find out about all the like local venues and things like that. So yeah, just open mic nights, and then that's when Elliot. You came to the Sunday Sessions one, actually. That's where we met you.
Yeah, I think it was that, was it?
And me and Curtis happened to be there. But yeah, it's nice because I feel like if it was in a city, it'd have a different feel. But with it being a seaside town, you get to know everybody, and then you cross paths again, and I love that. It's quite a magical feeling.
It is. It's like a really cosy little scene.
Yeah,
and everyone looks after each other.
Yeah.
So, as an originals band, how many songs have you created so far?
I think we counted, didn't we? Was it 11?
Yes.
11.
Because you're still quite a new band as well, so that's
Just
do we?
Did
we have a little song about a badger?
I knew we were getting to this. Yes.
I saw Curtis on Sunday, and we were talking about, unfortunately, all of the roadkill I'd seen, and there was a lot of badgers, and then Curtis reminded me of this badger song, and I just had to ask you about it. Is it Where Badger?
Yeah, Where Badger, which is
What is that about?
like werewolf and then badger. And will you tell this story best? We always do it like back to back usually on stage.
Oh, we do. And then we have the tribute music playing. But basically, Badger, we wrote this song about an experience we had, minus Curtis. I'm sorry. Curtis over there. So me and Lucy and Elliot and Cameron, who's in the other room actually. Hello. We all went to Danes Dyke, which is like this woodland area, and we went ghost hunting.
Yeah.
And it was like early hours in the morning. Yeah, and we kept hearing noises, and then Lucy spotted something in the woods.
Yeah, it was massive.
What was it?
It was a werewolf.
well, actually, you said werewolf.
We thought it was a werewolf.
Oh my gosh.
So like, me and Elliot were the ones at the back being like, "Are you scared? Yeah, I'm scared. Are you scared?"
Yeah.
But then I was like, "It's a werewolf. I've seen a werewolf." And then Shez was super supportive about it, like, "Yes, where is it? Where?" And then Elliot went, "It's a badger."
Pretty big badger.
It was a big badger. It wasn't even badger coloured.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that kind of inspired us to write the song really, because it was like a Scooby-Doo episode. So
big fans.
Yeah. So the song kind of turned into vintage, groovy grunge Scooby-Doo vibes, I guess. So
yeah, it was actually I thought of the idea and I recorded it in a Costa car park, and I made Elliot go into the shop, and then I sent it straight to Shez.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's the amazing thing. So Lucy, when she writes songs, she sings it a cappella into her phone, so she won't play an instrument. And I find that amazing, because she'll send it, and then we'll try and find like the chords that fit with it, things like that. So
I think for that one, we sat in a room and I had to sing it over and over and over again, and Curtis was like, "This chord, this chord." This chord.
But we made it work.
It's a bit of a trial and error, but we make it work.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Is that like how most of your songs are written? Is like starting with the vocals, or like
I think
what's that process
it's different
like?
every time. Usually it's like vocals and bass, which is quite rogue, but
yeah, but I find starting with the bass gives us a bit more ideas, because sometimes I'm running out of chords here. So writing the bass line first, with Lucy's vocals, it kind of helps us explore more, I guess.
And I think that way it doesn't. We're not giving the songs the same format all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
You get to explore all those different avenues. That's brilliant.
Yeah, just change it up, no rules. Just go with the flow.
I just hear stuff in my head, and I'm like, I don't know how to put that out there.
Oh, brilliant. So you guys recently played Brid on the Map event alongside the Limeys and Edge of 13. How was that?
It was really exciting. Yeah. It was a bit nerve-wracking, because it's like a new venue, but at the same time it's like a really good experience, because it's a new venue and it's something different. And I always get really nervous before I go on stage, but then when you're up there, it was actually quite foggy. So
you couldn't see
couldn't even see everyone down there.
I did. They changed the lights at one point, and I saw everybody, and I was like, "No, put it back."
You were at that one, weren't you, Kat?
I was at that one, yeah.
The little review.
Did a review, yeah. And some photos. It was an amazing gig. It really was.
Brilliant.
I love seeing you guys.
I think what made the night for me was seeing the cardboard cut out of Donkey from Shrek.
Donkey!
Yeah. If you're a bit confused, they brought out an EP called Donkey Bridge Disco, so that's hence a donkey on stage. But
it's a great touch.
So you have some really exciting events coming up, including Sound of Scarborough. What can we expect from that set? Like, what songs will you be playing, or are you not allowed to tell us?
We don't really know yet.
We were to be discussed.
Keeping it as a surprise.
Well, it depends if we think of a new song and then get it ready.
Yeah.
To whether it'll be different, or whether we'll play the ones that we think are the strongest now.
I think it'll be about a 35-minute set, so it'll be the very energetic songs.
Oh, brilliant.
So very bouncy, because we're opening up the set actually. So yeah, that's exciting.
It's going to be brilliant. And you're also going to be live at the Queen's Fest on the 30th of August. Are you excited?
Yeah. Oh, because there's lots and lots of different bands playing, so it'll be so nice to meet new musicians as well. just connect. So that's like an all-day thing from 12, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's from 12 till like 1:30 in the morning. It's going to be crazy. Alex is going to be shattered, bless him. It's going to be absolutely... So are you, Elliot? How many bands are you playing in on that day?
4, I think.
That's crazy.
I had to think for a second.
Yeah, and I said I'd help Alex do some sound stuff as well. So.
Is your dad band playing now?
No.
I'm not going.
Just every other one.
Thought I'd have one off. Anyway.
Are there any festivals that you'd be interested in playing in future years? What's the dream for January Jam?
Yeah, definitely.
I know you said about Humber Street, didn't
Yeah, you were just talking about Humber Street, actually.
That'd be incredible.
I think we'd really, really love to work towards that.
There's Trib Fest as well.
Trib Fest.
Yeah.
I think we're just very open-minded. We'd love to play anywhere. 'Cause we love
Everything,
playing,
anything.
Yeah.
Just
bring it.
Yeah.
So Dan and Mac, if you're watching at home, we need January Jam on the Cube and Pete stage next year. That has to happen. They're absolutely insane. So all of you work for Remarkable Arts in Bridlington, don't you?
Yes.
What for people watching at home who might not know what that is? Like, what is this project?
So there's a lot to it. Do you mind if I just get some cheeky notes?
Of course.
Is that all right?
Oh, so organised. I love that.
Yes. We have quite a lot of projects in Remarkable Arts. Remarkable Arts is a community-based music organisation. It specialises in education and music therapy. We have different projects that take music and signing into schools for free, which is really nice. And we also have music therapy sessions for anyone experiencing social isolation, mental health issues and medical problems. So the projects can look like adult rock choirs that are going on at the moment. So I'm a vocal coach for that, and Curtis is a musician in the band. And we've got a rock concert happening in Scarborough at Queen's Methodist Church. We kind of like dabble in a lot of different things, don't we?
July.
Yes. 4th of July. Lucy's our calendar.
Lucy's on it. She's on it.
It's just really nice to have. It's not just about the music, it's about community, and it's that one day a week where people will look forward to just to sit in a room and sing with everybody, and the endorphins from singing and music, it really makes such a difference. So it's just really nice to be a part of it. We're very lucky.
And everybody's so lovely. Like, I feel like I've never worked somewhere where I've liked everybody.
Yeah. Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah. So it's run by Mark and Becca Howley. Shout out. And they are literally the most wonderful people like ever.
Oh.
And thank you to them for letting you have the night off.
Yes,
You should have
Yes, thank you.
Come to the studio instead. So are you excited for like your first summer as a band, like bouncing all around the Yorkshire Coast?
Oh, definitely. It's becoming more real now, I think. Yeah.
We came up with a plan the other day and it was just like, it's going to be so busy, but we're just excited to get out and perform and write at the same time and record and do everything.
Hopefully.
Got a few bits planned in. I think we've got the next couple of months, hopefully, I think a new single coming out maybe, and then hoping to get some more recording done as well, and just gigging. We all like playing, so it's nice to get out and
playing anywhere.
It's so exciting because your debut single January Jam is out now, isn't it?
Yes.
On Spotify, and it came out in January as well. So
I love it.
It's got to be. Possibly another one on the 18th of July. Just keep that in mind.
But it might change, but we're hoping for that date.
And then some other exciting things behind the scenes. I don't know if it's a bit hush-hush at the moment.
I guess we'll find out.
Sorry, what?
And then working towards an album that'll hopefully come out in January.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
I love allowed to release stuff in January. You'll have to can July because it should just be January.
Just January.
Or we just thought like, can we release in February when it's January Jam? That'd be
Absolutely not.
So silly.
Maybe release a song called March Marmalade.
Yeah.
Is it time for some music, do we think?
I think so.
Would you like to play something for us?
we'd
Would that
love
be
to.
okay?
Yes.
Oh, we'll set you free to the band area, where Curtis and Elliot have been waiting so patiently, itching to get on the instruments. What song are you going to be playing? Is it Dead Already?
Dead Already.
Oh.
Which is not as morbid as it sounds.
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited. Getting tuned. It'll be absolutely fine. Are we ready? Are you ready to go?
Find out.
This is January Jam with Dead Already.
People we still carry around, already dead and buried in the ground. The ghost of us is getting heavy. Let go, we're dead already. We were never making it out alive. Wolves came down, we were still inside. Time of this, nothing left. Dead already. Dead already. Those people are just ashes. Too late. Scorched by the matches with this load. We're all unsteady. Burn that bridge. We're dead already. We were never making it out alive. Wolves came down, we were still inside. Time of day, nothing left. Dead already. Dead already. Dead already. Dead already. Dead and gone. You say you knew me when, but you're wrong. That person's laid to rest, amen. Dead and gone. You say you knew me when, but you're wrong. That person's laid to rest, amen. Let the memories fade, you're holding on to nothing. Death and decay, the person's live for rotting. Let the memories fade, you're holding on to nothing. Death and decay, that person's live for rotting. Making it out alive. Now we were still inside. Time of day, nothing left. Dead already in the graveyard. Don't leave it in the graveyard. Don't leave it in the graveyard. We're dead already.
Oh, thank you so much. That was absolutely gorgeous. That was Dead Already by January Jam. Are we on your camera, Adam? Which camera? Yes, we are. I never know where to look. There's like 8 of them. Hello. So that brings us to the end of episode 2. It's flown by once again. I'd just like to take a moment to thank all of our lovely guests. Paul Nash. Bridget and Phil from the Blowins. The wonderful Abbie Ingham. And of course, Sherilyn, Lucy, Curtis and Elliot from January Jam. I'd also like to take this opportunity to really quickly thank our sponsors again: Proper Yorkshire Beer, Your 360 Virtual Tours, Charlotte Middleton, The Curious Creative, and the Crescent Lounge, who very kindly fed us today at very short notice.
Remember to get in touch if you would like to join as a sponsor for the show. We are open to collaborative ideas. Please do share this show with people that you know, anyone that you think you would enjoy seeing it. Tell us what you thought. Leave a comment. Be nice. And if you can't be nice, send us an email. That would be very much appreciated. Remember as well to check out all the artists on the show, check all the venues that we've been talking about, all the different festivals and events that are happening. Double check the lineup before you head out, but do go and get tickets or go see a plethora of the free events that we've been mentioning today. They're all gonna be great.
They are. And really now we just want to thank all the crew and the team involved from both Yorkshire Coast Gigs and Beckview Studios. Beth out here, behind the scenes. Chris. We've got Christina a bit behind the scenes and a bit in front of the scenes. Adam on camera. Dave hiding over there next to Chris. James and Charlie in the back room. And of course, everybody for watching. Don't cut me, it's all right. I'll just be here, it's just fun. I just like to be here. It's fine. Thank you very much to everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in to episode 2 of North Sea Soundcheck, the music show for the Yorkshire Coast. On the count of 3, shall we all say goodbye? 1, 2, 3.
Bye!
North Sea Soundcheck with Yorkshire Coast Gigs and Beckview Studios.